this a job. They have to have a nice job, at least making 45. You hear me even say
I got figures.
You hear me? I have to even go to figures because that's what it look like. And even social media, you got to have at least 5,000 followers, and your likes got to be at least 45 likes or more. If you don't have that many likes, then you won't get to play with the girl that you want, or you may like it. She may like you, but she don't find you that too attractive because social media doesn't find you that much attractive. So you don't get to play for that. And the same as for girls. Oh yeah, because the dude don't, your butt not big enough, or your breast not big enough, or you don't have a figure 8 body, or you're not the models that they see on social media.
Talk about it, bro.
You're not that person, so I won't marry you. It's not they're not looking at the inside. They're looking more at the outside and basically what can you bring to the table. And it's not about love, and it's not about affection and emotions. It's not about that. It's about financing. And basically it's about the dollar. And yeah, so the concept of marriage is basically it's down the drain. But I do know one friend I talked to. They said that she was going on. Like at least 6 or 7 weddings this summer. Or engagement parties, or engagement parties or weddings. Like at least 7 of them. So and these are young kids. I'm gonna say 20 in their 30s. So they are getting married, but it's not to a large amount, and they're not getting married for the right reasons. So I can agree with both of you, with everyone with that.
Armand, you the cleaner. Clean this up.
Well, I think everybody has some real valid opinions, first and foremost. And 2 points. I do think that a marriage is alive and well. I just think it just depends on where you're at and who you are around. Because I've been invited to so many weddings, and it's just happening so much. But I think it's starting to become more of a, I'm not going to say it's a class thing, like it's a class, but I think, I was involved in politics for a little bit. I dabbled in politics. In that arena, you can't get anything done if you're not married. It's just like that's what is expected, that you have to be kind of married and functional in yourself and your family before you can kind of probably get somebody vote. It's a total negative if you don't have a wife or some children, a family, or head of a household. So I think it's alive. Like I look at it from a very, very positive perspective. My parents are, still married. They've been married for 44 years this year. And my parents are in love, really in love. So it's I still see it, in a positive manner. But I also look at it from a self-reflective perspective where I don't really think it's the women. A lot of times I think it's the men. Just from my perspective, I think because every situation I dealt with good women in my life. And if I wanted to marry them, none of them would have said, no, you don't have this. They would have did it. All right, well, let's make it happen. Let's start this family. But it was more so me chasing my career and everything, and chasing after me trying to get to a certain point and then getting married. So I don't think it's the women. Cause I think if you, it's 9 times out of 10, if a girl like a guy and she just got pregnant by this guy, and he said, okay, you know what? I'm changing. I got to support my family. Let's work this out. The girl's not going to say no. The guy will say no. He will leave and go do something else. But usually a girl will be like, okay, I'm gonna try to work this out with this guy. So I put more pressure on men because women are universal around the world. Not all of them, I can't speak, but usually around the world, women are open to starting that family and settling down. It is us who, the majority of people I knew that was messing up were men. That really couldn't function. They was out and about, and no, I ain't getting married. I got too many chicks. I'm over here. We all did it. We didn't know how to turn it off. The woman turned it off. I started. She's 27. She turned it off. She's ready to turn it off. Probably 23. But men, we no, I'm 16. You 37. No, you're not 16 anymore, man. You're a grown man. You need to get out this club and go sit down. So I do put more blame on us. But I do believe once, and as a teacher, I see how powerful having two stable parents at home giving you love. I see it every day. That's why I promote marriage and everything. And my student said, Mr. James, do you have any kids? I was like, no, when I get married. They're like, who says that? Nobody says that. Nobody talks like that. So I do agree. In another lower 2 generations below us, it's like, yo, they laughing at it. But I think I still, in my generation, I still hold it dearly. You know, we still look up to it. So I think as men, if we want to change it, we would have to do it, not the women, because we gotta propose. Women don't propose us.
Well,
we gotta do it.
I agree. I agree.
So, go ahead, Rich.
Yeah, so we're gonna move to the next topic, but before we do that, I had a conversation with my mother Tuesday night, and I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree. My mom was just like telling me basically like, she's like, I give up hope, like, you know, and some of the women that you could potentially be chasing. You know, she in her field of vision, the women that she comes in contact with, you know, she was just like, wow.
The 30-year-old woman that your mother comes into contact with, she's like, are not worthy of your love.
Right. Well, like, even so, my mom's 62. So she's just like looking at from, I guess, the field. You know what I mean? The field, and she's just like, wow, like, I get it. Like this is, you know, like, kudos you not even doing that yet, or this is messed up. Like these women are messed up. Like so,
well,
Armand.
It's interesting. You guys.
What Armand is saying is he's putting the onus on men, which I agree. But my mother was saying that these women are jacked up.
No, bullshit. Yeah. So I am more with your mom. Well, I don't know which I'm with more. Actually, I don't know which I'm with more. I think it goes. I think I'm a romantic for one, which is foolish. And lots of people would have said that about Saber and I. And again, there's still.
But who's happy? Who's happy at the end of the
We
day?
are very happy,
Exactly.
but there's trials and tribulations every day. So when I said, like, by and large, like, I'm a happy man, the reality of it is we have dug a hole, if you will, and the world is out there, and we're in this hole together, and we're like, okay, let's keep ourselves happy, let's protect ourselves, let's keep ourselves fed, sheltered, and loved. And that's our primary objective. That's what our focus is. And she has to reel me in more often than I have to reel her in. Again, 95 to 5. Mm-hmm. Where she's like, James, check yourself. Because I am a man. And in the same vein as what Armand was speaking about, I'm out there posting up, trying to make kind of something of myself. Mm-hmm. But the reality of it is Saber doesn't give a shit about that. She's pretty much like, just make sure the bills are paid and there's groceries. That's all I care about. She's like, I don't care about your social status. Mm-hmm. She doesn't care about me, like, being the guy on the podium that has won the medal. Mm-hmm. She doesn't care about that whatsoever. She wants a good man to come home with her, walk the dog, and spend the evening with her. End of story. And again, I'm fortunate because she's a good woman. But I think back again to like the whole social media thing, I think there's a lot of fucking rubbish in that.
All right, so
excuse my language there.
Let's segue. So I pose this question for everybody. Why don't people marry as much in 2016?
I feel like it's a lack of trust. And with that lack of trust, it's like an overabundance of fear. And that's why they don't want to get married. Just like you said, social media, somebody just can inbox your little husband, boyfriend, whatever, and they have a whole little relationship on the side, or, you know, like, and like I said before, that side chick role is now like glorified rather than, oh, you like Jezebel or whatever. Like, you know,
really?
like, it's
like that's
a
real thing. It's like, no, I'm I'm the side chick.
Oh,
That's just what it is.
So, like,
now that's an age
Valentine's
difference right
Day,
there.
that's your day, but
See,
the next day,
Armand-
that's my day. Like, you know? So, like, I think it's a lot of fear behind it and a lack of trust. Like, for me to trust a person, to give them my all, to let them know my secrets, my goals, my dreams, and everything, that's making yourself very, very vulnerable for this person just to get, like, a couple months of some great sex or whatever, promise you all these things and stuff, and then they dip out.
Yeah.
You know, like they sit there and say they want X, Y, and Z just to get you where they want, and then they dip out. So, you know, and it's a lack of trust. And sometimes it's the actual person choosing the wrong people, not taking the time to get to know people and stuff like
Because
that.
it's such a quick, just
Exactly.
accelerated kind of
Like
relationship
everything is
now.
like a hookup. Like, and so I think like it's more so a lack of trust and overabundance of fear.
That's so for you. This is so funny. I feel like such a father figure. It's such a strange thing, but so for you in that capacity, do you feel like you can't be, because like spending your life with a person or having somebody to share it with is pretty nice. It's a really, really nice thing. So do you feel like having that fear on the front end of things doesn't actually help you, doesn't actually enable you to realize yourself fully and who you want to be fully as a human being? Like, because for me, the human being thing, dude, I mean, and it's paramount. Like, I need this woman. I need this woman. This
I
is
don't
rock.
need to cut you off or anything, but I need everyone to know that they're playing like footsies right now.
Yeah.
I'm kicking him. It's
right
different.
now, like I'm just enjoying just watching them two interact
Oh my
with
God,
each
that's
other, like
hilarious.
behind the scenes, because they're literally playing. You could see the friendship that they have with each other. Like, they built the foundation before the whole marriage, and that's why they were able to last those 16
And we
years.
did.
Well,
it was
no,
5
let me
years
just say
before we
this.
were married.
Let me say
You
this.
know?
We
Yeah.
lived together for, what, 5 or 6 years?
5 years.
5 years before
Yeah.
we got engaged, and then 6 before we were married.
4 before we were engaged.
Or
5
whatever. I'm
and a
bad
half
with
before we were
numbers,
married.
but it felt like a long time,
Yeah.
especially at that age. But part of it is knowing that the other person, is that there is no person out there that's not going to let you down.
Period.
Because they're people.
They're humans.
So
Amen.
here's the thing: you can't go into a relationship saying, "This guy has been so great, and we are just so in love, and he's never going to."
And
hurt
also,
me."
And it's gonna be
it
so
can't
perfect.
be this guy or this
No.
woman.
There
is
is
so
no-
great.
never
She's
gonna
a
be that way.
36,
There is no
22,
this person will never
44,
hurt
you
me.
know.
Right.
This person is the only person that has the capacity to hurt you.
Right.
And that's the thing. You have to understand that people are flawed, whether it's the male, the female, it doesn't matter. People are flawed, and it's about seeing your partner and seeing your friend, your best friend, the person you chose to live with, seeing them for who they are, for what they've come from, and for what is real in them, and deciding if you're going to be hard-nosed and rigid, or you're going to be flexible and understanding that this person is flawed, and are you going to be somebody who's going to forgive people? Whether it's, you really hurt my feelings, you really let me down, or you whatever the situation is, you have to be able to work through it, or know whether, if you're not the kind of person that can do that, know that, and if and you know your own limits, know your own self, and what your I guess whatever your level capacity for whatever nonsense that goes on in a relationship. But I feel like you also have to know that people are flawed, and if you're going into a relationship, just because most of the time you have a great relationship, it doesn't mean that there's not going to be those trials where you're going to hit a wall and be like, it would just be easier to walk away.
Yeah, because the reality of it is none of us are in control.
But do you still
The
love
only
that
thing we're in
person?
control
Are they
of
still your
is-
best
Are you
friend?
willing to work?
Yeah.
Are you
work
still
through
willing to
things
work
to
through
get
it
to
together? Do you sense that they're still willing to work through it with you?
Did Armand and Dan weigh in on this?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, they
No,
have
I'm
quite a bit
saying-
on this last tangent, but the other thing is just following up on that, is, and then tying into what you had said about the checklist and the resume.